this new one you're tracking, how big?
It's what we call a global killer. Nothing would survive, not even bacteria.
The United States government just asked us to save the world. Anybody want to say no?
You think we'll get a hazard pay out of this?
Always bringing Bruce Willis to save the world. It's been the plot of several Hollywood movies. A giant asteroid headed for Earth. Someone has to stop it. Well, now NASA's actually testing out a way to do that. Tonight, a spacecraft will deliberately collide with an asteroid. The Double Asteroid Redirection Test mission, or DART as it's known, aims to see if this could actually help to deflect an asteroid should one come on a collision course with Earth. Now, the cost of the historic mission, more than $300 million. The payoff could perhaps far exceed that. Joining me now is Michio Kaku. He's professor of theoretical physics at the City University of New York and the author of The God Equation, The Search for a Theory of Everything. It's such a treat to have you in the studio. And I think it's important that we start off by saying all of the Hollywood stuff and the Hollywood approach to dealing with asteroids, you say this is all wrong.
That's right. Well, first of all, the dinosaurs did not have a space program. And that's why there are no dinosaurs here today to debate the question, okay? So the last thing you want to do is do what Hollywood says, blow it up with a hydrogen bomb, because then you have lots of baby asteroids coming at you, which can do more damage than one mama asteroid. So what you want to do is you want to nudge it out of the way. And that's what this mission is all about. The mission is about the size of a refrigerator. Mm-hmm. It's going to hit this asteroid the size of an apartment building at about 14,000 miles per hour without shattering it, but pushing it out of the way.
So it's gently nudging it away from Earth.
That's right.
You say this is a long time coming, too. We should have been working on this a little sooner.
That's right. And history is finally being made. We knew about this threat decades ago. In fact, for example, Russia's been hit with 2 city busters, that is, asteroids which can knock out a whole city twice in the last 100 years. In Tunguska and also in Chelyabinsk. So these things do happen. These things do come from the sky and land on the planet Earth. And we need a defense mechanism, and it's about time that we tested one.
So it's about time. Now it's happening. When will we know if the test is successful?
Well, very soon after the impact takes place, at about 7:14 Eastern time tonight, satellites and sensors and telescopes will see whether or not the object was deflected by less than 1 degree. And that's the test. If we can confirm that the thing was deflected by less than 1 degree, we know that this would, in principle, work on a large scale.
So when you've said we needed to do this for some time, it's great that it's happening now. The fact that these city busters, as you called them, 2 have hit Russia. How concerned do we need to be sitting here today about asteroids actually coming at Earth?
Well, I don't want to give you nightmares, but there are
Good, we don't need those.
There are 30,000 asteroids that circle around the sun that actually intersect with the orbit of the planet Earth. Okay, 30,000 of them. Now we track them. The next one, which will come with a near miss, is Apophis in 2029. It'll come so close to the planet Earth that it'll fly underneath our satellites. That's how close it'll be. And it's the size of the Rose Bowl. It's about 1,000 feet across. And we're tracking that very carefully. It'll probably miss, but it just goes to show you that there's a lot of debris out there that could impact on the Earth. Now, less than the size of a football field, there are perhaps millions of debris that could knock out, for example, a city that we don't track. We were caught unprepared when Russia was hit at Chelyabinsk because an asteroid about the size of an apartment building sailed right over that city.
So we're tracking some of the larger ones. So if we focus in on that one that you mentioned, that in 2029 could come close by, if this is successful tonight, could that then give us enough time to be ready if it does get too close to ideally be able to push it out?
Probably not. I mean,
Great.
we're novices. We're just beginning the whole process of trying to track these killer asteroids and to calculate how much energy you need to nudge them out of the way. So 2029 is the next big milestone when an object the size of the Rose Bowl, 1,000 feet across, is going to come barreling and skimming right near the planet Earth.
Okay, you don't sound concerned about this at all. I know you said you don't want to give us nightmares, but I have to say it's freaking me out a little bit. If you say we're not going to be prepared for by 2029, Is that concern of mine misplaced at this point?
Well, on one hand, we're sitting ducks. We have no shuttle craft that can intercept an asteroid out there and deflect it out of the way like in the movies. We can't do that. That is way beyond our capabilities. But we track these things. And so far, we see no evidence at all of a potential impact within the next, let's say, 100 years.
Okay.
We're going to come close with Apophis in 2029 and also in 2060. It's going to make 2 passes, and we're tracking it very carefully.
Okay,
but
so
it'll probably miss.
So it'll probably miss. I'm going to stick with the probably. I'm going to put my money on that. It'll make me feel better. And if we have 100 years to figure it out, I feel like time might be on our side.
Yeah, but remember, objects smaller than a football field, we don't track at all.
Okay, but we don't want to focus on those because that would be the nightmare scenario.
Right.
So we'll focus on the stuff we can control-ish. Always such a treat to have you here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm having nightmares. I don't know about you, Eric. Tempers flaring in the sports world this weekend. Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey threw just an epic tantrum. I mean, look at this thing. He was in the coach's booth after his team suffered a frustrating loss, yes, to the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. But then this.
You know, if you're inside that top 10, we got trouble down. We got a major fight going on down here. And I mean, Timbers have flair kicking the race car. We got fists flying. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Andrew Grady.
Yes, because kicking a race car makes so much sense. That is NASCAR driver Andrew Grady pummeling Davey Callahan through an open window after they got into an accident in Heat 1 on Saturday. Here's his explanation.
I wanted to talk to him, and he flipped me off. So I started Mike Tyson in his head.
You heard that correctly. Mike Tyson as a verb.
There's that, and then there's the very mature behavior that we saw. I just love that as an example for my kids.
Highly unnecessary. Highly unnecessary.
Also, I bet it didn't feel good to kick a race car. Going out on a limb here.
I think that his toe hurts. And isn't that also the foot that you need to drive the car? So is that really smart? No.
No, I'm with you.